everybody? Welcome to VGU.TV's PlayStation podcast, The DualShock Show, where greatness awaits. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Mobley. With me this week is Tom Freeman.
Welcome, listeners.
And, of course, Alan Muir is here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Guys, we start the show every week with a segment called What Have You Been Playing? So, Alan, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I have been playing a game called, well, actually I've been playing two games. Been playing Walking Dead.
400 Days? Or just Walking Dead proper? Because I know that you were playing it again.
Yeah, I just got through episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
Not Survivor Instinct?
Oh, no, I haven't played that game.
Walking Dead game.
I haven't played Survival Instinct in months. And,
oh,
Tom, I don't know if you noticed, but I apologize for that review in my Deadpool review.
Oh no. Well, what'd you give Deadpool?
I think a B.
I think it's meant to be funny, but yeah, that Survival Instinct, all I've heard and seen of that game. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
But, seriously, that Walking Dead is the only game that makes me feel like an asshole no matter what I do. No matter what I say.
No. It's yeah. That's what it does.
I mean, mainly it's because I played episode 3, and episode 3 was where shit gets real.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit gets real, but I mean, you haven't played it, have you, Tom?
No, not yet. I do plan to, but...
You really gotta get through it. It's a really easy platform, too. All you gotta do is play the games. Alan's gonna get his first platinum in The Walking Dead.
I have a feeling I may not.
I'll do it.
No, you will. All you have to do is beat the game. Trust me, you're gonna get that platinum. Unless you decide, I just can't take it anymore. You start going all The Last of Us on it, and you're just like, I don't want to play anymore.
You didn't finish The Last of Us?
Nope.
Say what?
He didn't want it to end.
You silly person. But no, it ended shorter, so that's just gone.
And he was on the spoiler cast too, so he just watched. He just watched the ending. I was like,
no, Alan.
I was like, you have to experience it for yourself.
Exactly, you need to be in the moment.
It's a very good ending. But that's all on the Last of Us spoiler cast, which we did last week, right? I'm trying to remember. I think it was last week.
I think so.
It's been a while. This has been a long week, listeners. So all my days have kind of ran together. But yeah, we did the Last of Us spoiler cast last week, and it should be up on iTunes and also on YouTube at VGU.TV, or I'm sorry, at youtube.com/VGU.TV official. So check it out. It's really good. We talk a lot, and James tells Alan to shut the hell up.
Aw. Fuck you, James. Leave Alan alone.
And I remain silent for the rest of the show.
Oh.
He did not say another word. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
I've also been playing Doom 3 BFG Edition.
How is that? I've never played Doom 3. Would it be worth me picking it up if I saw it cheap?
Yeah, because it comes with Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, Resurrection of Evil, which was the expansion, and it comes with the Lost levels, which were
just deleted scene type things.
Doom 3 is apparently a pretty good game.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I remember it had like super shiny textures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it came out. It almost came out nearly a decade ago.
Yeah.
And they fixed. Thank God they fixed the flashlight problem.
What was the problem?
It was a separate button, wasn't it? You had to press B to hold the flashlight. You couldn't wield a weapon and the flashlight at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was a very dark game.
That sounds kind of cool, though. Like,
It was
not.
very much, well, it was very much a survival horror element, but it was also a very inconvenient element.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like,
the flashlight was a weapon unto itself.
yeah.
So the best you could do was just hit a demon with it and hope they die.
There you go. Reminds me of Fear. Like, I'm so glad they fixed it in Fear 2. But in the original Fear, your torch had a recharging battery. So what happened in that game was you'd walk through these office blocks with this torch on, and these really dark office blocks. Be like, I was like, shit, it's run out of battery. Turn the light off. Just stand still for about 2 minutes to recharge and then go again. 'Cause you never want to move in the dark. Stupid. Yeah.
But yeah, all the previous times I've played Doom 3, which has been a lot, it's up there with KOTOR as like one of the games I've replayed the most.
But did you play Pazak?
I did not play Bazak.
I still don't get Pazak.
No one does.
No one gets it.
Every single time I played through it, I use cheats.
Boo.
And since using cheats would disable the trophies, I decided to see if I can go it on without basically
Cheating.
yeah. And turns out again.
There you go. There you go.
Light or dark?
What do you mean?
Light side or the dark side?
Tom, have you played Doom 3?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the team with KOTOR still, my bad.
Oh, no. And besides, when it comes to Star Wars, I'm always light side.
But you can make the amazing Zalbar conversation.
But like the whole big deal was Doom's engine was going up against Source.
Mm.
And as history has shown, it lost on that one. Big time.
Real winners were unreal.
No, I mean,
Yeah, at the time.
at the time, id's tech was all about lighting, and
Yeah.
Source was physics. And as usual, everyone preferred physics.
Physics are cool.
But they've it still looks like a
Good game.
it looks like it's halfway.
What do you mean? What, to current standards, or?
Yeah, like the original version on the Xbox and PC wasn't, well, PC one was something, but the Xbox version was very, the Xbox had a look to it, and it doesn't necessarily look like a 360 game or a PS3 game. It looks like it's in between both.
Yeah. Interesting.
But
Is that what you've been playing? Or?
yeah, I played so much of it.
What about you, Tom? What have you been playing?
Platinum Dark Souls. That was a while ago now.
I know. I made sure that people knew.
Yes.
You wanted me to.
Yes.
You wanted me to tell people.
Exactly, it's important. Demon Souls and Dark Souls under my belt. Bought The Last of Us because I had to. And
Of course.
yeah, that
You
game's
managed to beat it.
brilliant.
You
Love
enjoyed
it. Yeah, I really like the online on that as well. Except for I got nothing to play for because I got everything. So
He
disappointing.
You tried to tell me like that you beat like Survivor in like 4
Yeah,
hours.
it's because I loaded the chapter, like, it's because I messed up with supplies and then I reset my clock for some reason. That's why I thought I'd beat it that quick. I did beat it in a day, but it took me 9.5 hours. Must have.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. But yeah, I beat that game on Survivor. I was kind of disappointed it wasn't as hard as that. Like, sure, it's hard, there's no resources, but the problem is you have 6 weapons, or I'm not sure how many exactly, but you have enough weapons. Like, I never felt in trouble at any point. So, I find that game is like a lot of pointless upgrade paths. So, like, faster crafting. I never craft in a fight. I always prepare.
Yeah,
like,
I usually do that. Well, I usually do it during a fight because I don't know what I'll need until I get to that fight. So I try to keep everything, like, if I already have something, that's good, but I try to go through the area, and if I die, I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Let me see if I can craft something, and maybe that will help.
I found the best tactic in that game for Survivor is just throw sorry, throw a brick or a bottle, and then make multiple enemies go to it, then just throw a Molotov. Because even after a while, the enemies, especially clickers, will just walk into the fire and then slowly burn, like, even ages after you've thrown it. So it's just
because that whole infection on their face is really flammable, apparently.
I like how it like starts at their feet for ages, like their feet are on fire for a bit, and then it suddenly spreads.
Yeah, they just start falling over and whatnot. They're like, like all Molotovs really helped in that there's a section in a subway station
near the start. Yeah, that bit especially there.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Deus Ex. I've had it for a while, but I keep giving up at China because I'm just like, boring.
Yeah, I want to play it again, but I don't have a lot of room on my hard drive, and B, I'm just like, I didn't like it the first time. What makes me think I'm gonna like it this time?
I think, like, I'd love the game if the bosses weren't as shite. Which Alan informed me earlier that the Wii U edition, they've replaced those terrible boss fights, is actually coming to all platforms, so that'd be cool. So I might have to pick that up, but I don't know if I like the game that much. Depends if it's got a different trophy set, then that might push me towards that. But I just finished my first playthrough. I'm completed on the hardest difficulty, so I got that trophy. I saved just before the end, so I got all the different ending trophies. And I did it without being seen, and did it without killing anyone, so lots of trophies for me. So, but I've got so many trophies now that I have to get the platinum, so it's a bit annoying. Trying to think what else I've been playing.
It's like a compulsion now, you're just like, I have all these trophies, I might as well.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the Gran Turismo demo came out, and I thought, because if you get the best score, you get to go to Silverstone for this thing. Well, I live near Silverstone, so I thought, heck, why not? Even though I don't really care about cars that much. And but for the Silverstone lap, I'm 3,700 something in the world, which is pretty high up considering. But yeah, I'm not going to Silverstone. I'm trying to think what else I've been playing. No, I think that's about it. Oh, Fallout. I was looking at Fallout New Vegas, and I was like, surely this is an easy platinum. So I started a new game on that, and then as I was playing that, at the start, I was just like, Fallout 3 was so much better. So I decided to start a new game on that as well.
Started playing that again.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into Fallout. I wanted to. I really wanted to. Like, I got it on day one because it looked so good, and then I played for a few hours. I don't know how far I got. I think it was after Megaton, obviously, definitely. And and I didn't feel it anymore. I was like, I don't really like this that much. So
personally, I think I've played that the most this generation. I think it's one of the best games this generation as well.
Like, and it's just the same thing with, like, that's like one of the reasons why I don't want to try Deus Ex again. Cause like, sometimes I'm just like, maybe I was having a bad day, or maybe it was just an off day, where like I tried Fallout 3 again, and still I was just like, no, this isn't working for me. So,
Yeah.
You know, I usually try to give games like a second chance just in case, but I don't know. It's just,
I'm like
it just
that
wasn't for me.
with Rage.
Yeah.
My id Software, just that game, I find it so hard to play. I don't even know why. Like, I recognise it's a good game. I mean, the gunplay's good, everything's good. It's just like I just feel like it's a chore whenever I play it. I feel like I'm trying, like,
With Rage, what I heard was that the major complaint was that the checkpoints are really far apart.
Yeah, this is true as well. I kind of save often, but I just think it's just really, I don't know, it feels tedious. I can't explain it. It's just really hard to play. Like Borderlands, I know why I find that game hard to play, because that game is just the same thing over and over again. Like, I enjoyed it at the start, and then since like the secondary, it's just felt like padding. But I've been informed it's an easy platinum, so I must persevere. But
Yeah.
But
it's not. I mean, I've platinum Borderlands. The longest one it takes. The longest one it takes is grinding to level, like, I think it's 60. Or no,
yeah, you platinum Heavy Rain, and you're crazy.
Heavy Rain. I mean, yeah. The thing about the thing about platinuming a game like Heavy Rain is that, like, you have to see all the endings, and there's like 15 of them.
And that stupid perfect crime trophy. Oh,
yeah, that one took me a while too. But also, like, to get the all endings trophy, it kind of ruins the game for you, because you see like every possible outcome, and then you're just like, well, I don't want to play this game anymore.
I remember I played a playthrough which was just purposely terrible. Like, I tried to get everyone killed as fast as I could and just make really bad decisions. But I had such an awful ending where it had Ethan just hanging himself in prison. I was like, wow, this is dark. I didn't think this game would go that dark.
Yeah.
And then I had Namjoon just bled out of his eyes because I sat on the computer too long. It was like, wow.
There was just still the toughest part of that game. Like, I guess it's like, what is it, like 6-0? No, not 6, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, I've been kind of vague. I mean, yeah, everyone dies. It can die in that game.
It's like 4 or 5-year-old spoilers by now, but like, there's a point where like, Ethan has to cut off his finger. That's still the toughest part of that game.
Oh, I love that bit. You just do it with a pair of scissors. Just like, yeah, I go straight into it.
It is rough.
It's just like, you have to do it like 3 times because you think you've done it and it's not quite off yet. You're just like crying and go, no! It's like, die.
Oh man. That was my first platinum. I say that a lot. I say that like every time I bring up Heavy Rain.
I'm silly. I bought that DLC. I'm an idiot.
Oh, so did I. That was such a bad investment. Not even any new trophies. Like,
it's expensive and it was nothing.
It was, like,
it was the E3 demo,
like,
so I knew what happened anyway. I mean, it was tense, but it's about it's about 10 minutes long. Go in a house, man comes, go out the house. The end. Oh,
yeah, that was it.
That's literally it.
That wasn't that good. No, it wasn't. Did you play anything else, though?
Don't think so. So I'm gonna say no.
Sorry, I'm actually, a friend of mine gave me an Intellivision, and I'm looking at it right now, just like, what the fuck do I do with this? Just staring at it. For PlayStation though, I've been playing, I played a little bit more Machinarium before. I was just like, I just don't want to, like, this is kind of a cute game, but not cute enough where I want to finish it.
So what is it? Give me a brief explanation.
Well,
of what it is.
It's obviously it obviously was a PC game, because you use I think it's the right stick or the left stick, one of the sticks as a cursor.
Ugh.
And it's basically a puzzle game. It's a point and click adventure basically. So where you just kind of like in every area you try and figure out a puzzle and to go on, and the trophies aren't I mean, thus far have all been story related, so they're pretty easy. There's no platinum, of course, but it's just kind of boring. Like you're this robot that like you start, and the game starts out, you're dumped into this into this garbage dump, and you put yourself back together, and you try and get back into this robot village. It's like a robot world, so you try to get back into this robot village, and I guess you're looking for this robot's friend, because if you stay idle long enough, the robot has like little thought bubbles of like precious memories of him and his friend.
Yeah.
Like they're eating some kind of oil cake or something, or like they're playing paintball or something. I don't know. But obviously, because that friend is not there, they must have been separated. So that's probably the idea of the game, is that you're trying to find your friend. But I mean, it's not like it's a bad game. It's just, I just thought it was kind of boring. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I don't need to. It's cute, if that's your style, then go for it, but it wasn't really for me. Other than that, I put on a Okami today for a little bit, because, we got Battlefield 3 for free this week, on PlayStation Plus. And it's 11 gigs. And although I don't like really care about the campaign, though I would probably play it for trophies, I do hear that Battlefield 3's multiplayer is really, really good.
It is really good, but you need to play with people you know. Otherwise, It's really frustrating.
Yeah, and I have a few friends that are into it. They like it. They played it when it came out. They had a lot of fun. So I wanted to play it with them, but it's 11 gigs, and I don't have that much space. So I was trying to play some of the games that I do have on my hard drive, to see like if I could get rid of anything. And I put on Okami and literally like ran around for like 5 minutes, checked my journal to see like where I was, because I was like, where am I going? And it was just like, we'll just, like, the only hint was like, we'll just see if we can explore further outside the village. And I was like, that tells me nothing. And then I was like, I don't want to play anymore. So I just deleted it.
Have you completed Okami before?
I've never beaten Okami.
No, neither. I also have the HD sat on my PlayStation. I can't play it. I'm just like, yeah.
That's why I wanted to play it, because like
it's meant to be amazing, but I don't see it yet. I can't see.
Like, even so much as like when I used to go to Games Radar before they gave Bulletstorm a 10 and lost all credibility,
Bulletstorm's not bad.
It's not a 10.
No, it's not a 10, but not bad.
They thought it was the guy said it was an important game for this generation.
They still have a great podcast there.
But they had a running joke where it was always like, you should play Okami. Like, they would always constantly reference that if you hadn't played Okami, you should play Okami. So I was like, all right, it was like pretty cheap on the store, so I was like, why not? Or maybe I just got like some credit. I think it was from the March sale. But I played it, and I enjoyed what I played. It was just like, I didn't know where I was going. I was like, I need to free up space, so I'm just going to delete this. But other than that, I've been replaying Mass Effect, the first one. I finally got back to it. People might remember that I was playing it a lot beforehand, and then kind of got out of it. I was playing a lot of other things, Tomb Raider. I was replaying Grand Theft Auto, and then I was playing The Last of Us and all that. And now I'm back at Mass Effect, and I'm just kind of like going around all the systems, surveying all the planets, picking up, and like driving the Mako around, trying to get some debris, like all that kind of stuff. Just extra stuff.
You still recommend that for PlayStation 3?
Oh God, I don't recommend it for like any system really, but if you're a big Mass Effect fan, then definitely you should play Mass Effect 1. It's a good game. It's just the gameplay when you play when you play 2 and 3 and then you go back to 1, the gameplay is so archaic. Like, you're just like, oh my god, this has like automatic cover, and it's not very, and like, Vanguard, being a Vanguard did not help me, because I really should have, I think it's an adept that is the opposite one as far as Vanguard, because I wanted to be a biotic. Yeah. But, I picked Vanguard, which you can only use, as far as guns are concerned, you can only use a shotgun and a pistol. And I was like,
so glad they stopped that restriction in Mass Effect 3, because that really bugged me about Mass Effect 2, because I really hated a lot of the weapon classes in that game. Yeah. And then the soldier could use the assault rifle, and it's just like, come on.
Well, like, the other one, like I said, I think it's the adept. Adept. I don't remember how to pronounce it. I think it's adept. The adept can use the sniper rifle and the assault rifle, but the Vanguard can only use the pistol and the shotgun. And I was like, oh, I'm so much better with long range weapons. So it's been tough, but like, I keep getting through it. And this is the first playthrough that I've actually noticed that I could put upgrades onto my equipment. I never used to do it before because I didn't bother. I was like, I'm a soldier, I don't need to. But I've really had to like get used to like switching out, weapons and armor and putting on upgrades and all that. It's been kind of a new experience, and I kind of like that.
Alan, I just want to ask Alan a quick question. You've played Mass Effect 1, haven't you?
Yeah.
How does because it was made close to Origins, Dragon Age Origins, how does the like RPG elements, like the inventory and stuff, compare? Because I know Mass Effect 2 is apparently dumbed down, but I've never seen what it was like in Mass Effect 1.
Mass Effect 1 was just BioWare. It was BioWare's first attempt at making a shooter, so that's why I think it's best to cut them a little slack.
Yeah.
For Mass Effect 1.
But in terms of RPG elements, what was it that was said to be dumbed down? In like from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, they said Mass Effect 2 is really dumbed down. Like they've dumbed down the RPG elements.
I feel that Mass Effect 2 is really like more straightforward, like a little less freedom, I guess. Like I don't know. You had the freedom in 1 to really just do whatever you wanted with your stuff. Right. But I mean, like I said, this is the first game that I've really noticed that you could do all these different upgrades and all that. So I guess I'm not the best person to ask.
Here's an example. This is mainly a Dragon Age example, but it kind of ties into Mass Effect. In Dragon Age Origins, you could choose a character, choose their origins, their gender, whatever, and you could do whatever you want with that character. In Dragon Age 2, you're locked into Hawk.
Yeah.
That sort of is the sort of similar with Mass Effect, because there's really not much to
choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the backgrounds and stuff. I know they play a part in that game, but they don't play a part in the other games apart from a few dialogue choices. But...
Well, I mean, because the first game you are choosing Shepard's backstory.
Yeah,
it's not like you cannot just change it like in the next game. But, like Dragon Age, from what I understand, I've never played it. I'm not really that into it.
You should play the original.
I can kind of hear myself. Is that anyway? Not anymore. That's good. So what I understand from Dragon Age is that you're playing different characters in 1 and 2.
Well, it's completely. Well, yeah. 2 is just some set character like any other game.
Yeah.
But 1, you completely create anyone.
But like it makes sense in Mass Effect because you're still playing Shepard, so it's not like you're changing his history or changing his or her history.
I just meant stuff like inventory, because I know Mass Effect 2, all you do for inventory is just, you don't. You just pick up upgrades, skill points, and then upgrade your character. But I think there's like some sort of inventory system in Mass Effect 1 which I'm kind of interested to know about because I like that sort of stuff.
Well, basically you have a limit to how many.
So like Dragon Age, like the encumbrance type.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you exceed that limit, you cannot pick up anything else unless you turn some of your items into Omni Gel.
Oh, cool. Because I understand in that game as well, there's no ammo, is there? It's infinite ammo, but there's a cooldown meter for each weapon. I like that idea more. Just because it's kind of unique.
Anyway.
And that was probably one of the reasons that they changed that in Mass Effect 2, was because it kind of felt a little too easy at certain points, knowing that you didn't have that fear factor or that stress factor of ammo.
Like Mass Effect 2 and 3 are hard anyway.
I've never played them on a harder difficulty. I'm actually only playing the first one on, I think, normal, because I just wanted to throw it on, and play it again. But I do kind of I do want to at least try to platinum 2 or 3 or both.
I got both of them platinum.
I saw that you did, but I mean I want to try, but you know, I don't know if I can like change the difficulty when I figured I'd probably do it on like unlock, because can't you unlock insanity if you just play it once?
Isn't it already unlocked from the start?
I don't think so.
Oh, weird. Maybe that's just Mass Effect 1.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean I didn't really check. I guess I kind of automatically assumed. But regardless, I've played Soldier twice, and I was planning to play it again, like when I finished this FemShep run. So I figured I'd just, you know, play it on Insanity as a soldier, because I know how to do it.
Well, you're kind of supposed to play the game twice, because in your first playthrough, there's a level cap.
Oh yeah.
I think it's 40 or something.
And then you end up like level, I think it's 30, isn't it?
Yeah, and then if you, on your second playthrough,
you have everything upgraded, yeah.
And then you can upgrade, you can get to the level
cap and carry that character onto the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that for Mass Effect 2. I played that from the start on Insanity. What I find weird, but what I really don't like about Mass Effect 2 is their classes. Like, Soldier's so overpowered. Like, I really like the idea of Adept in Mass Effect 2, but it's just this so weak. Like, it's so hard to play through the game with Adept, unless you put it all the way down to easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, being a Vanguard is really tough for me, like, because I'm much better with longer ranged weapons. So with this shotgun, I gotta get, like, up close and personal.
Yeah.
But,
I think, have you tried being a Vanguard in Mass Effect 3?
No, I mean, this is my first run ever as a Vanguard, and I thought I was going to do it. I was going to do it all the way through.
I think you should, because I think, especially in, 2 is quite good, but 3, I think there's so many overpowered skills, but it just looks so cool to just zoom across the battlefield.
Right.
And just destroy them. You seem really overpowered, and it's a really fun class, I think.
It is. I mean, I still enjoy the game, and I'm still enjoying playing it. It's a new challenge. It's different, and it's tough. So,
yeah.
But it's fun. Anyway, that is what we've been playing, listeners. Now it's time to talk about what you guys are going to be playing. It's time for the PlayStation Plus deals. Alan, could you lead us off and tell us what we got in the store this week?
Okay, we got Battlefield 3 for free.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a summer sale going on the
Which
store.
is very good. If I had extra money, I would totally go for it, but I do not, unfortunately. But tell us what it is.
Okay, so you got The Amazing Spider-Man for $20.99, which I find very funny.
I heard that game was actually pretty decent. Like, not great, but decent.
Yeah, it was pretty much set after the movie.
Mm-hmm. And it came out on the same day. Oh no, it came out before the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you gonna get that though? Like, why would I want to play that before I see the movie?
Well, it has. I mean, it does have something. It does have interaction with the movie, but not really.
Like, I think they said there's no spoilers, so.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go on.
Next up is Batman: Arkham Asylum for $5.
Great deal. Grab it.
Mortal Kombat for $5.
Mm.
Mortal Kombat on Vita for $5.
Mm.
Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, $4.
I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Prince of Persia. Ever.
No. I like the original. Sorry.
No, I mean, I like the idea behind Prince of Persia. Not the newest one. That one was kind of boring. Although,
I didn't play that. Is that the animated one or the
one
Prince
that kind of
looks
it looks a little cell shaded?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
But the PS2 generation was.
I really like the original one. It was on the PS2, not the original.
I really liked the idea behind it. I just couldn't get through it. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if you've never heard of it, listeners, if you've never played it, if you don't know what it is, basically the prince kind of starts out telling a story, and as you play it, like, he's narrating all the events and all that, and if you die, he's like, no, wait, that's not how it happened.
Oh, yeah, that didn't happen, wait there. It makes him sound like some sort of, senile man, just like, oh wait.
And then when you save, like right after you save, he says, "Shall I go on?" And you can press continue. Or if you say like no, let's quit for right now, he says, "Okay, we'll pick up here the next time." And it's a really nice mechanic, and it goes through this entire trilogy. He's telling the story to the point, and spoilers. I mean, not like grand, amazing, like I'm spoiling the like all the events, but at the very end of the trilogy, he ends the game with the same lines that opened the first one. So basically, he's been telling that it's basically an endless loop. He's telling that exact same story that he's just been telling you. So I really like the idea behind that. The gameplay was like okay, and it was just like
rewind time.
I would much rather. I know this seems weird to say, but I'd much rather watch someone play it, like a Let's Play on YouTube, rather than play it myself, because it would make a better movie than I would like to play. I didn't really like playing it, but I like the idea and would watch it as a movie. Although I don't think that the movie was I think it was decent, but I don't think it was very good. Anyway, go on.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, for a whopping $2.
Meh. I've got it on my game list. I downloaded it off of a friend, and I don't particularly like it. But
it's not terrible. It's just
a bit boring.
It's not that
it looks really nice, but
it's fun. It's a time killer, but it's not. It's not that great.
Yeah.
It's fun though, and if you're a big fan of the series and like the movie or the book series, it's fun to play, and you're a fan of like old school beat 'em ups, then go for it, pick it up because it's fun, but don't expect it to last you very long. Go on. I'm sorry.
Shadow of the Colossus for $5.
Such a good game.
Yay!
And lastly, Ratchet & Clank Collection for $7.50.
Yay! I've been playing through them on my PS2. Amazing. They're so good!
Should get some trophies.
I know. I'm tempted, but I just can't do it. I can't justify it. It's just,
I can.
I was like, I'm always tempted to play Jack Trilogy and Ratchet & Clank.
I was thinking to myself, like, like I think it was yesterday, I was like, do I want to get Final Fantasy X HD for trophies, or do I just want to keep my PS2 copy? But we'll talk about that a little bit more during the news. What were you gonna say, Tom?
I was just saying, I feel really stupid. I mean, I've already bought the Metal Gear Solid trilogy, even though I've owned all the Metal Gear Solid games.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I can't justify it. I'm just being silly.
I love the Metal Gear Solid trilogy. Tom, you and me and Nate and Alan, don't you have it as well?
Have what?
Peace Walker.
No, but I can get it.
Well, if you want to. I mean, I'm not gonna force
I'd say that's the weakest
really,
out of the trilogy, so I wouldn't.
It's really not that great of a game. Like, it's good. It's good. It's just not that great.
You can tell it's been made for a handheld.
Yeah. And plus it looks like it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, I think you can only, start on online, mission by mission. It takes you out of...
Yeah.
That'll be But, it's impossible to play that game.
It's got one of the hardest QTEs of my life in that game. Have you gotten to that point, Matt?
Which part?
Where you're being tortured with electric.
No, I haven't.
I had to YouTube guides on how to press a button fast enough to do that bit.
Jeez.
I thought Metal Gear Solid 1 was hard. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the hardest QTE ever, and it might break your controller, so watch out.
Yeah, I want to finish it because I really want to play Metal Gear Solid 1 again.
Oh, me too.
I also really want to play on PS1. I've never played it on PS1. I played Twin Snakes. I really want to play it on PS1. I gave a friend of mine a copy of it, and I want to see if I can get it back because my girlfriend has a PS1.
I've got it on PSN if you want to download it.
Nah, I mean, I can. I mean, I think she's still got it. I don't know if she's probably lost it somewhere in her house. But my girlfriend also has it on has a PS1 console. And
Yeah,
I want to play it on the original console. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've got both of them right in front of me now. Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid Special Missions on my PS1.
I love it.
So good.
I love that game. I haven't played that game in years, and I want to play it so badly. But I want to finish Peace Walker first. But Alan, you should get the MGS HD collection just so that you can play 3. Because
it's so good.
So amazing.
It's not even overhyped. I think it's one of the best PS2 games, just story-wise, and
it really is.
So many Easter eggs, you'd never find them all. It's just ridiculous.
Oh my god. It's so good. Anyway, there are also notable additions and deals on the store. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take them. The Walking Dead, 400 Days, is $4.99. Bladestorm, The 100 Years War, is $19.99. And GT Academy 2013, the demo, GT6, is on the store. Tom, do you mind telling us what you guys got?
Maybe I do. But I'll go ahead. PlayStation Plus, we have Battlefield 3 for free. That's a bit annoying to say. Saints Row the Third is also free, along with Payday the Heist. Apparently that game's awful.
It's not awful.
I'm joking.
It's not. I mean,
I'll be the saying, go buy it.
I'll be the first to say it's not like the best game, but it is still fun to play with your friends.
Doesn't that game have the insane Easter egg with a safe or something?
I don't even
know.
I've never beaten the game. We never managed to get together.
I'm fairly certain there's
a
YouTube video. It takes 40 minutes, something ridiculous. But yeah, and it's got some insane Easter egg. But yeah, also we have Unit 13 for free. Never played it, not even heard of that game.
It's a Vita game.
Oh, it's a Vita game, that's probably why then. And Ninja Gaiden S Plus is for free.
That's another Vita game.
And notable additions deals is the Gran Turismo 6 demo. It's fun. I've been playing it. It's okay. Especially if you love cars, then definitely for you. But if not, it's a fun little demo just to play for a bit.
I think I'd try it. Give it a shot. Anyway, that is what's in the store. It's time to talk about this week in PlayStation. Totally messed that up. I'm sorry. But, yeah, this week in PlayStation. We're going to talk about the PlayStation news. I see that Tom made a suggestion. So, Alan, why don't you take these first 3 stories?
I will. For those of you who like Mad Max and were disappointed that the game's protagonist had an American accent,
Oh, man.
you can worry no more. The developer Avalanche said that it listened to the fans who demanded a change, and now the protagonist will have an Australian accent.
Blimey, mate!
I've never seen Mad Max, so I don't, like...
It's like Fallout, but bad.
I have no opinion on this. Like, the demo that was shown well, it wasn't a demo, it was a trailer. The trailer that was shown on E3 looked kind of cool,
Yeah.
but it was a trailer, so I didn't know what to expect from it. I was just like, I mean...
We don't want Mel Gibson, so at least it's not him.
Yeah. Anyway, I have no other opinion on this except, like, I want to see more before I even make a judgment on whether or not I would play it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what type of game it is. That completely depends.
Yeah.
If it's open world, science, survival thing, then definitely I'll be interested. But
Right.
it's probably something along the vein of Rage, and then no thanks.
If it's an open world game, then it's going to be insane because Avalanche is insane.
That's why I thought maybe, because Just Cause 2. Like, and I thought maybe like that and with the Doom buggies as well, but then that game's just
too
gonna
big.
Be like, Just Cause 2 is stupid, yeah.
Just Cause 2 is like too big. Like, it could have been really awesome, but I turned it on and I was just like, there's too much here. Like, I have a hard enough time deciding what to do if I have too much freedom. Like, I can't do this. Like, even like when Grand Theft Auto or like Red Dead Redemption came out and they had big maps, at least there's stuff to fucking look at. Like Just Cause 2 is just an island, but at least like with I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like to hang out in big cities and whatnot, so it was fun with like Grand Theft Auto. Like when they said that Grand Theft Auto 5 Los Santos is going to be like bigger than San Andreas and
Red Dead and something
Red
combined.
Dead and whatnot, and LA Noire combined. I was like, that's neat, that's cool, but like, at least I'd have something to look at.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Just Cause 2 is just the ultimate sandbox game. It is just,
right.
Here's a massive place for you to play,
you can
have
do
fun.
Anything!
And then like, it's fun for about 10 hours and you're just like, what am I doing?
That long.
I do.
Yeah.
I still turn it on every now and again. I think it's great to show friends like, dude, in this game you can tie your boat to a jumbo jet and then detach it over a mountain and slide down the hill and other stupid shit. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, Alan, please go on. I'm sorry.
Earlier this week, Ubisoft announced that its websites were hacked and that users should change their passwords. In other news, who would want to hack Ubisoft's websites to begin with?
Get those cool knife belts, Scar. Hack Ubisoft. Don't sign up to Uplay. Get those knife belts in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, they sent me an email earlier this week, and good guy Ubisoft. But I mean, the last game that like I actually went into Uplay for was Driver San Francisco, which I have since then sold. So I was like, until Watch Dogs, I have no need. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, I'm borrowing Far Cry 3, but I'm just like, I'm not going to sign into Uplay. So the last game I've been on Uplay with was, I think, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know how much I'll actually need Uplay for in Watch Dogs. And I don't play a whole lot of Ubisoft games. Now that I think about it, like I said, Driver San Francisco was the last one. I didn't play Far Cry 3. I don't play Assassin's Creed ever. So,
I'm just waiting for a retroactive Oblivion Uplay.
Go on. Yes.
In what can only be described as fanboy trolling, Rockstar announced that GTA 5 will require a mandatory install on both the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. PS3 version will be on one disc, while the 360 version will be on two.
All I understand from this, I've read this up, is 360 you have to use one disc and install everything off that, and then you can never have to use that disc again, kind of thing.
You can fit everything on Blu-ray though.
Yeah, this is true. But at least with 360, it's not like L.A. Noire where it's like, oh no, you're doing these cases, you need to use this disc.
It wasn't L.A. Noire 3 discs?
I think so. Yeah.
God, that was ridiculous.
But yes, it does.
Mandatory install will be 8 gigs.
I remember the first Xbox 3.
Not too bad.
Not bad, but I mean...
Well, considering the game, like,
You'll be sitting there for a while, I'm sure.
I've got one of my games is 12 gig install. I think it's probably Dragon Age, because I got the Ultimate Edition. I think that's got a 12 gig game utility.
Well, I can definitely beat you with my digital version of The Last of Us. With the 27 plus gigs.
Oh dear. No, I remember, I think the biggest thing I've had game-wise installed is either Max Payne 3, I can't remember what that was, or DC Universe Online, which is 16 gigs.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you'll be sitting there for a while. But, I mean, just like I am right now, like, I'm downloading The Last of Us, because my girlfriend's got my copy, and Josh Mobley downloaded the digital version, so I want to play online. And I listened to a spoiler cast today, and I wanted to play it again. And I've still got 5 hours. I'm like at 2160% right now. But it'll be worth it, because just like with this one, like The Last of Us is a great game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely.
I can't.
Ubisoft spoke on the potential of The Crew, saying that Drive Club and Forza are doing heavy simulation where you can almost smell the leather. That's really not what The Crew is. The Crew is open world. What we're saying is that it's really an MMO. You really need to be connected to get the most out of it. Don't care. I didn't really get excited at the demo, but then again, I'm not really a car person. But
yeah, I'm not like a big. I like Split Second was the best racing game that I.
Oh yeah, I played that. I had that demo on my PS3 for so long, just because I love going on it.
I love that game. I played the demo. This was back when I had an Xbox 360. I would play it on my. I'd had that demo on there for months, and then I finally downloaded the game like a long time ago and had it for a long time. And it was so much fun, and I think I actually got some good trophies. Like, I got. But, or no, I have to look down, but, yeah, that's pretty much the only racing game that I've really ever been into. And I think that's the kind of thing that, like, you have, like, that makes racing games cool is, like, destruction and power-ups.
Yeah. That's why I think Burnout's so successful. Just mess about crashing into them and the car crashes look cool.
Yeah.
It's been It's been confirmed that Final Fantasy X and 10.2 HD will support cross saves. For those of you who don't know what that is that you can have your experience on the Vita and transfer said experience to the PlayStation 3 and vice versa. Cross save is most notably utilised by the MLB The Show series, as Alan would know.
Yeah. I mean, that's neat, sure, but I mean,
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy X. Like I'll say this much about Final Fantasy X. I've started it twice, and what I've played, I've enjoyed. But like many Final Fantasy games, it's a huge commitment to sit down in front of a TV and do that, which is why I think it would be much better on Vita. Because I like playing Final Fantasy on my Vita. I can just turn it off whenever and just be like, whatever. But, I like what I played. It's just easy to fall out of.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another Final Fantasy X story that I read the other day. If you want to go ahead and...
I did.
Trying to lead you into it.
Sorry, I wasn't, I was just getting at the bullet points. In other Final Fantasy news, 10 and 10-2 HD Maker Day, a new ending. Magazine Shonen Jump claimed that the two games will have a new 30-minute long drama that will pay during the compilation credit sequence. That's if you can be bothered to get that far.
I mean, that'll be interesting. And what I also heard was that they were going to re-record the dialogue.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I realised what I've done. I counted the bullet points wrong. Anyway, sorry.
Did you? Anyway. So, apparently, yeah, they're going to re-record the dialogue, so it's not going to sound like, maybe we should try laughing! Which is just still, like, some of the worst dialogue in video games ever. Right next to Fatal Frame. But, and Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, oh god.
That was terrible. But, oh wow, I got like 59% of trophies in a split second. I was just I was looking for it. Nice. That's not bad. I might download that again. Although a lot of these were like online trophies, which is pretty much impossible. If you're not that good. But, I mean, I guess I've never finished Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy X, so I wouldn't know what the ending is. I mean, I know what the ending is because I wikied it once, but, like, it's not like it's The Last of Us. I wasn't, like, dying to, like, keep it a secret. But, you know, I don't, like, I guess it would matter to me more if I'd finished it and was like, no, it's a perfect ending. It was a perfect ending as it was. Like, if they, like, I'll put it this way. Like, if they tried to do that with The Last of Us, like, try to get, like, more expository, exposition in a scene, like, during the credits, I'd be like, don't do that. Like, and the ending was perfect as it was. It doesn't need any more. Which is also another reason why I really don't want there to be any sequels, but there probably will be, because I've heard that Naughty Dog has already, like, put down money for domains for The Last of Us 2 and 3. So. But I'm just hoping that it's not going to happen. I really do. Or
I
at
would
least
say different characters, not the same characters.
Yeah, that's at least do that. Like,
I think that storyline's over, but the universe is interesting.
Yeah. We were talking during the spoiler cast that we want more Bill and Tommy.
Well, I'd like something just set in there as it's happening instead of 20 years later. Right. Like, just at least one of the sequels just to be just a survival horror as it's happening, because it's just more of a threat at that time.
Yeah. What else? What else is next? Oh. You said you counted the bullet points wrong?
Yeah, you got 5. I thought it was only 11, but I didn't see that.
Oh, so am I starting? So do you want me to start now then?
Yeah, just go with the end.
Okay, alright. So, unfortunately, the PS3 and PS Vita Dungeon Crawler Warrior's Lair has been cancelled. This was the first title that showed off crossplay between the two Sony platforms at E3 2011.
I remember seeing that. It kind of looked naff, to be honest.
I didn't really, like, have any interest in it. I know that, Josh said he was disappointed, but, I really had, like, no interest. I was like, whatever. Like, that sucks for them, but...
Yeah.
Alright. Square Enix has announced that 1 million people have signed up to participate in the Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn beta.
They're all crazy.
I couldn't play Final Fantasy Online. I wouldn't. I don't care.
I hate MMOs like that. No thank you.
Like, it just... An MMO, there's not a whole lot of room for story, really. You know? And that's what I like about games these days. It's that they have amazing stories. So...
like Duke Nukem Forever.
Well, I mean, a lot of games have amazing stories, like the last.
Like Doom 3.
Leisure Suit Larry, box office bust.
Oh my god. Those are the worst.
Or Saints Row the Third.
Saints Row the Third was
amazing.
Fun.
Yep, I'll agree with that.
Saints Row the Third was like not a terrible story, but it was a fun story, and I really want to play Saints Row 4, but not right now. In a while, I'm not gonna get it on day one, but when it's cheaper, I do want to play it. I do want to play it because did any of you see that Independence Day trailer? That was kind of fun.
I just want the dubstep gun. That's all I want in every game ever.
Where was I? Oh, here I am. It has been revealed that 8 million levels have been made for Little Big Planet. This is probably the entire LBP series as a whole, rather than the original LBP, which was released in 2008. Sackboy has come a long way over 4.5 years.
Horror story. But one of the first levels I played in the original Little Big Planet was this level which it was really bad, but at the end of it you won a picture of Bloke's actual dick, because he took a picture of it with his PlayStation Eye, and I have it still. I favorited it on the original Little Big Planet, so if you two ever want to go on, and I can paint your pod with real dicks if you want, but wow.
My god.
I favorited the level, but it's since got banned, but the photo's still there.
You know, I really wonder if we're gonna have an episode where I won't mark it as explicit.
No, it will always have to be explicit, because I can't fucking keep myself from swearing for the life of me.
Yeah, stop fucking swearing, you can't.
Yeah, I remember, not all of the levels are bad like that. There's gotta be a lot of, at least I'd say maybe 1,000. But at least 1,000.
There's some truly amazing ones on there, though. Like,
there are some great levels.
Especially Little Big Planet 2, it's just like, it's unreal. You wouldn't think it'd be possible, some of the stuff people have come up with.
But there's also a hefty amount of levels that are just like get trophies. So.
And copy-paste off other ones as well. Just completely ripped off other people's levels.
I remember Josh made one that was just like an endless flood of bubbles. I was like, alright. But, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of amazing levels, that, aren't even part of the story. Like, Little Big Planet has brought out the creativity in a lot of people, and it's actually really, really impressive.
I just feel like it's the YouTube of PlayStation 3, I think.
It really is. I've never tried to make one, but from what I understand, like, you go into the canvas and it's like blank. And I'm just like, I have no idea what to do here.
It's really complicated if you want to do really good levels. I mean, there's stuff like you have to make the actual mechanisms yourself, and like there's different buttons to do these, and you have to set up sensors that are behind the scenes. So if a player passes this point, it will activate this. All sorts. I mean, it's really clever, but you'd have to be dedicated to really getting deep.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. More characters maybe on the way for Injustice: Gods Among Us. When asked if any announcements regarding more DLC characters are on the way, Ed Boon of NetherRealm gave one simple response. He said, yes! Someone should have asked if they were going to make more characters that would be a waste of time, like Scorpion or Lobo. But, nobody bothered, apparently. Batgirl is the only character thus far that has been, like, worth a damn. Because Lobo's hella cheap and kind of a waste of a character anyway, because Lobo sucks. And Scorpion isn't even fucking part of that series, so fuck you. But, from what I understand, Martian Manhunter is going to be a character. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's legitimate or not. But I like Martian Manhunter, so definitely bring him on. Alan, I know, Tom, you don't fucking care, but, Alan, do you have, like, any ideas?
How could I not? I wrote a top 10 list of characters I want to see in Injustice.
I know you do. That's why I mean, I personally want Martian Manhunter. I want, but more personally, even more personally, I want Booster Gold really bad. I love Booster Gold so much.
Did you catch the Booster Gold reference in Man of Steel?
I didn't. I did not catch
Is that film worth seeing? I saw it got pretty. I don't know. It got slammed on Metacritic. So
Metacritic will say anything. I personally think it's great. I know, Alan. Did you ever see it, or have you still not done it yet?
I'm gonna wait for that one.
Alan, I mean, as everyone knows, Alan and I are big comic book fans. I've got a big Superman fan for a best friend. His name is also Alan, and he loved it. Now, the best way to describe the movie, if you're a big comic book fan, is that while it is, it borrows a lot of things from the comics, a lot of elements, different storylines too, like different plot elements from different arcs and whatnot. It's very much, what's his name? John Byrne, I believe, Alan?
Yeah, John Byrne.
John Byrne. It's very much like that. But it's also still going its own way. It's doing its own thing, and you kind of have to just take it for what it is, because it's not gonna, like, yes, it is based on these characters, and it's based on these comics, but it's still doing its own thing, and you have to just take it for what it is. It's still a very good movie, but it's very divided. Like, a lot of people like it, but a lot of people don't. Like, I think Russell Crowe was badass in that movie. Kevin Costner was pretty good. I actually like the whole cast is really good. Even Amy Adams, who I was wary of at first, but yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Lots of people, like my friends enjoyed it. One person I know walked out in the middle of it. Well, he walked out 2 hours into it. So it's divided. But I personally think that it's worth seeing. So if you've got the money, I'd say go for it, definitely.
What you should pick up is sometime soon is Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, man. I haven't seen that, but I mean, I read a lot of Flashpoint, a lot of Flashpoint when it came out.
Okay, Operation Flashpoint.
That is not the same thing. But everything with Thomas Wayne was the best. So, yeah. Obviously. Also, if you're also looking for a great Superman movie, watch the Brainiac movie, because that was great. We watched that a while back. Anyway, back to the news. I really want Booster Gold in that game, but
I, however, want...
I know they probably won't do it. They might do Blue Beetle, but they probably won't do Booster Gold. Alan, why don't you give us a couple of suggestions? This is your call out to Ed Boon. Tell him what you want.
I want Darkseid.
Of course.
I want Orion.
Mm-hmm.
I want Psycho Pirate.
I want Alfred.
Alfred. Oh man.
And oh my man, I'm blanking on his name. The Outsider.
The Outsider?
Yeah, he only appeared. He's kind of the one who Booster Gold has a better shot of getting in than the Outsider. And that's mainly because the Outsider only appeared in, I believe, 3 issues of a Flashpoint side book.
Alright.
But basically, he kicked ass. He was from India. He took out Martian Manhunter, who he actually sold to the Russians.
Oh.
Well,
that's just mean.
He practically killed Black Adam.
Black Adam's tight.
He's like the Lex Luthor of the Flashpoint world, because Lex, if I'm not mistaken, is really he's there, but he's not really a big factor.
Mm. I was at, just a quick story. I was at my girlfriend's my girlfriend's aunt's house, and one of the kids was there playing the Injustice demo because the guy's PS3 that he had, he didn't have the actual game, he just had the demo, and he said that my girlfriend asked him what his favorite superhero is. Now keep in mind that in the demo you can only play as Batman, Wonder Woman, and Lex Luthor. And he said, my favorite superhero is Lex. And we had to be like, he's a bad guy. And he was like, what? He was like 5 years old. And he's like, what? It's like he's Superman's bad guy. Like, it was kind of funny. I'm just saying. Jeez. Nobody's laughing.
I mean, on my,
kids these days.
in my top 10 article I made, I kind of split it halfways. So like 5 good guys, 5 bad guys.
Yeah.
One character that I know is not going to get in because he's too much of a nuisance. Wally West.
Wally West.
My favorite character.
You already have the Flash, Barry Allen.
I don't know, but right now you have Barry and you have Jay, but Wally is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know who else I'd want.
PlayStation.
We're still talking about PlayStation.
God damn it.
Listeners, as you may have noticed, Tom does not like it when we talk about comics because he's a PlayStation purist.
I don't read no comics, y'all. I read PlayStation.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on. Last story. Irrational Games told IGN this week that BioShock Infinite's first piece of DLC will be revealed later this month.
Jesus Christ.
The only downloadable content thus far has been the Columbia's Finest pack that contained content only available in pre-order form, or content included in the game's special edition. I am excited for this because I want to see what they do with this DLC. I want to see what they're going to do.
Makes you skeptical of this whole season pass thing. I mean, people who bought that have had no content for this amount of time. It's a bit ridiculous.
Right.
Like, I think they shouldn't have charged for something they didn't have. And, like, I can see you can make the case, like, oh, well, they got the money from the season pass to fund this project, but, Irrational aren't hurting for money. Well, especially not because they're part of 2K, so...
Right.
I think if you're going to do a season pass like that, you want it to be coming out on a, kind of like a Walking Dead type basis for episodes, rather than take this long. And it's just whether it'll be disappointing now because it's taken them this long.
Yeah.
But if it's taken them this long to produce one thing as part of the season pass, how long is it going to take them to produce the next thing? And does that mean they're only going to get 2 things out of this season pass? In which point they're going to have to charge the individual content really high, just so people who bought the season pass don't get annoyed. So I think it's a fuck up, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I disagree. I like the idea of season passes, and I like that,
I like the idea, but how they've handled it is...
Do you think that they should have had, like, that, all that stuff, like, from the beginning?
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, they should have had at least the first piece of content.
Just the first piece.
I think that
would have been a better way to go about it, but like but I don't agree that it's a terrible, like, the way that they do it is terrible. Like, at least
I think the way they've handled this is bad, because at this rate, they're going to be in nearly a year. It's going to be the next generation consoles are going to be out, and they haven't even produced a second piece of DLC. So.
Right. Well, I think at this point they just kind of wanted to, like, I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to give people enough time to kind of get through the game, and maybe they wanted to do it a couple more times. I don't know.
No,
See if
they
want
can't
to
wait
platinum
this
it.
long. No.
It's been 4 months.
You can't charge. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
at least it's going to be. Well, since they said later this month, then it will have been 4 months. But I suspect that perhaps when they do start releasing DLC, it won't be like this long in between DLCs. I think they just wanted to kind of wait a little while before they started the DLCs, and then they might start cranking them out.
We'll see.
Anyway, that's the news for this week. Which leads us to our topic, the PS4 launch lineup.
Yeah.
Listeners, we're coming up on the PS4 really quick. It's going to come out this year, this holiday season.
November.
Comes out in 4 months.
4 months. And Tom, you wrote an article.
These are
which games are going to come out on launch.
The ones that are confirmed for launch, yeah. So maybe more will come out of nowhere, but at the moment these are all the confirmed games.
Okay.
But, so as what we just discussed, the ones that are like exclusives. Alan can tell the listeners about this. Is DC Universe Online will be coming to PlayStation 4 at the start, so that's now gone free to play. So yes, Alan, describe it for the listeners.
Okay, so DCU Online is basically set in an alternate timeline where Brainiac invades Earth and causes the villains to and the heroes to have an all-out battle that very much ends with Lex Luthor killing Superman, and Lex takes the exobytes, which are what gives the heroes their powers. He takes them into the past and releases them on. He releases it across the entire Earth, turning a lot of people, but not all people, into heroes or villains. It's it's like a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
But the cape physics are phenomenal.
And the customization's phenomenal in that game. That's what I really like as well.
I played a little bit of it. I just didn't. I wasn't that big of a fan of what I.
That's the thing. Yeah, like I'm not a big fan of MMOs. I kind of like it. I just need. It is fun. I mean, it's simple for anyone to get into. Simple enough.
Right.
And I mean, its story is fairly interesting. So, but I think it's free to play, so that's immediately available for everyone to play. So straight off the bat, if you're feeling tight on money, well, you don't have to pay a penny. So go straight onto DC, start downloading that. But it's probably going to cost. Probably going to be around 16 gigabytes. So.
No.
Another free-to-play game will be coming as well, exclusively, apart from PC, is Warframe, which is a free-to-play third-person shooter, which is player versus enemy. It's cooperative, and you have exoskeletons that have magic powers.
It's a shame Nate Hole isn't on here, because he's
been playing Warframe, hasn't he?
Huh?
Has he been playing Warframe? Was that the one that he was saying that he was playing last week?
Well, I know he's the only one on our staff who's most knowledgeable with it.
Yeah, I've heard it's a lot of people really love it. So, and I mean, if it's free to play, so and you don't even need your PlayStation Plus account, which you do for most online games, next generation. But it seems worth checking out. But it's, again, no risk, free to play. So, and it's at launch, so that's always good. So I mean, that's 2 games you get at launch. without paying a penny. So another exclusive is Knack. And we all know about Knack. Yeah, exactly.
Knack is Mark Cerny's project.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Mark Cerny. Like,
Josh thinks it looks like a lot of fun. I think it looks just boring. Like,
it looks shit. Like, if you watch the gameplay video, it just looks really linear, and it just seems to go off this one mechanic through the whole game, this one gimmick, and that's the game. And they've just seemed to stretch it out. And I don't like the art style. I don't like the look of the main character. Everything. It's just.
I don't think that it's that it looks like terrible. I just think that it looks boring. That's my opinion.
It looks like something, but it doesn't even look like on a tier of a Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter game. It just looks like one of those budget weird games you might get for like a kid might get from their parents. Like really obscure, like what the hell is this game? But yeah, I'm sure it'll sell well. It's a launch
I don't know.
A lot of people will be excited about Killzone Shadowfall, though, which will probably be the prettiest game at launch, so something to show off to your friends. But I'm quite interested, because I didn't get Killzone 3 because it looked kind of pants. But this game does look fun, though it seems to have an interesting story, but then I don't really trust Guerrilla Games with story.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, I don't know. Which game are we on now?
Killzone, Shadowfall.
Oh, my answer still stands. I don't know. I mean, I'll give them this much. Killzone is a pretty game.
Yeah.
Both of them are. And this next one is no exception. But, I don't know. I'm not that big into Killzone, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'd probably try it, but I don't know if I'd be like, oh man, Killzone, can't wait, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be like, Killzone 2 is great to show off, like, how amazing does a PS3 look? Oh my god. So I'm sure it'll be the same with that game. So I could see people buying it for that reason. And then the last exclusive, it will be that at launch will be Drive Club, and of course, if you buy PlayStation Plus, you get a Plus edition available at launch for free.
Yeah.
Or if you have an existing Plus.
Existing Plus account, yeah, that carries over. Oh, sorry, and also, my bad, Diablo 3. Is also coming out.
Yeah.
I just have one quick question.
Yeah.
Yes?
Where the fuck is my Octodad?
Well, I couldn't see the indie releases. I'm not sure if that's a launch. They did show that E3, and that game looks amazing. Like, I'm definitely going to buy that. Oh.
It looks so amazingly good and funny.
It's hilarious. It looks hilarious, yeah.
It looks like so much fun, yeah, it does.
With a hint of sadness.
Oh, yeah, true.
Octodadding it up. Yeah, I mean, not a big launch, but
no. But
well, we were talking about before the show though that you know, game developers are gonna want that holiday money, so they probably want, like, even if it's not at launch, they'll probably release games not far from launch.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm sure they try, like, some are trying to avoid the launch as well, because so many games will be coming out that only a few will be chosen by a majority of consumers.
Yeah. We were talking about, we said that Infamous Second Son was not going to be at launch. It was going to be a launch window, but it was not going to be at launch. And I still think that, you know, Infamous being a PlayStation exclusive, and like one of its biggest, you know, PlayStation exclusive franchise, they'll want to be close to launch.
See, I didn't like Infamous 2, but I'd seen
Infamous 2 is amazing,
gameplay.
Tom. You're out of your mind.
Oh god, it's so boring.
It's so good.
Oh, there's water everywhere. Harder! I can't touch nothing. Yeehaw! Natrix powers. Now got the ice powers. I have ice powers. I can't touch the water. Stupid game, stupid.
It was amazing.
It
was much better. I think it was better than the first one.
Oh, I just should bloody hope so. The amount of time, the distance between, like, Infamous came out ages ago.
And
the original. And it was amazing, so. Easy.
Wait, Infamous came out in what, 2009?
I think so. Alright, don't know.
Remember when we were comparing that to Prototype?
Yeah, it came out at the same time, and then everyone's like, Infamous is better than Prototype.
God, everything is better than Prototype.
Prototype just looked like mud from every gameplay video I've seen, just like, yay, brown.
Of all games to get a sequel.
And plus, Infamous 1 had an interesting story.
Infamous 2 had an interesting story.
No, it didn't.
Tom, you're out of
I'm a moody black woman. I don't need no man. And it's just like, I'm a nice person. Yeah. And you go, I use fire. I'm evil. I use ice. I'm good. So yeah, that sums up Infamous 2.
Tom, you're out of your mind.
No.
Alright. Infamous 2 was fantastic.
It was okay at best.
It was amazing.
It's overrated.
You are out of your mind.
Talk about shit games. Multi-platform launch game, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Because we haven't had enough Assassin's Creed games yet.
This is actually one I may be looking forward to, and I have not played an Assassin's Creed
crazy.
game.
I haven't played one since Brotherhood. You're crazy.
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 1.
It froze during the showing. It says a lot. Consider how bad Assassin's Creed 3 was for bugging out and freezing.
To be fair, Ubisoft had a lot of glitches.
Oh, it must be a Watch Dogs reference. It's actually clever marketing.
I don't like Assassin's Creed. It's boring.
No, neither. I really like the first one, even though everyone hated it, and I really like the second one. And I kind of was getting like, well, Brotherhood, I was like, I kind of like this, but it's just more of the same. And then you get Assassin's Creed Revelations I borrowed, and it's like, this shit is dumb. And then I saw everyone's like, Assassin's Creed 3, it's going to be amazing. And then it's just like, this game is broken, and the same as all the other Assassin's Creed games.
No, it's ridiculous. I don't
you
like
think
it.
you... This is a case against annualized franchises, anyway.
This is boring. Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Anyway, yeah. So, is that all of it, or is that
no,
more?
That's our first multi-platform game. We're going into the multi-platform now. So, Battlefield 4 is going to be a launch game. So that, I mean, single player, they showed, looks graphically really good. And everyone wants to play in multiplayer because skyscrapers fall down and, dude.
Let's be honest, that part of the demo was amazing.
Amazing. And the bit where they're in that basement of that house and they shot out the ceiling and it trapped a tank from the road above.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Amazing. So I can't wait for that. And finally consoles get the larger player counts, which is what was sorely missed from Battlefield 3.
You know, I have literally no memory of that day because of how hectic it was.
Oh, it was hectic, yes.
It was really
For that
busy.
demo. It's almost as exciting as Battlefront. Another pop shooter, Call of Duty Ghosts. It's about dogs. Don't care. Yeah, exactly. It will sell well, like every other Call of Duty. But I want to see whether Call of Duty will survive the transition into next generation, or whether gamers are going to get sick of the lack of innovation, because it just looks the same again. Even though when you go to a next generation, you expect some sort of, big leap. Not fishes are really cool. These dogs are really cool. They move away.
I've been telling James. I've been asking him for a while to put up a top 10 list of ways we think that dog is going to die.
You should do it. No, I just said, get ready for pretty dogs and smart fish for a true digital experience of domestic animals. So, who cares?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, a lot of people care, obviously, but you know, it's Call of Duty. You know what to expect, and that's the sad thing. You shouldn't know what to expect when it's a new generation, new console. And then we have FIFA 14, because that'll sell well in Europe, because everyone loves football over here. This is actual football. I mean, soccer. So yeah. But EA makes
soccer.
It's basically football proper.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it is football.
Yes, a ball you hit with your foot. So yes, all the time. Yeah. So EA make tons of money over here in Europe because they have this card game on it called FIFA Ultimate Team, which it's kind of like Mass Effect 3's online with the bonus packs. It's exactly like that, but with football players. And then you put them in a team and play against each other. So that's how that works. Matthew really liked this game. Just Dance 2014.
No.
So yeah.
I'd rather not at all.
Just Dance. Yeah. So if you like dancing like an idiot in front of a telly, like an idiot, then get that game, like an idiot. I just don't see the point of dance games at all. Like, it's literally one of the stupidest things you can do. Sorry. And then if you like Pokemon, then Skylanders Swap Force. So yeah, plastic toys. Because yeah, next generation plastic toys.
All right.
Plastic toys. Yeah.
Jeez.
We know what that is. That's just nothing but a money-making device. That's all that is. It's just Pokemon cards of this generation. Matt will like
really
this.
is.
Well, both of you will probably like this. Is Lego Marvel Superheroes is going to be a launch game.
I'm not really into Lego games, so I probably wouldn't be much like. I mean, everybody knows.
Amazing. But have you seen the gameplay for Lego Marvel Superheroes?
I haven't, no.
It does look really impressive. Like, they had I think they were in, what's that place called? Thor's homeworld. What's it called?
Asgard.
Asgard,
yeah. That's the bit where they're fighting up that bridge. As the whole.
The Rainbow Bridge?
Cool.
The Rainbow Bridge.
Look really cool.
I mean, it's not that I think that they're bad games. It's just, I don't really like their mechanics, I guess. I'm not that into it. Like, I like Batman, but I didn't like either of the Batman games.
What?
The Lego Batman games.
Lego. I was going to say.
Of course I love the Arkham games.
There's, so Deadpool's in it, so, yeah, Lego Deadpool.
Lego Deadpool.
I just wonder how long it's going to take before this type of game just dies.
What, Lego games?
Yeah, they've been making these Lego games for...
I know.
It's like Harry Potter and Indiana Jones, too.
Star Wars ones. The Star Wars ones were amazing. And that's why the Lego ones are so popular now, because of those games.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yep. More sports games, hooray. Madden NFL 25. A sports game for football fans, as in the Yankee football fans. Yay.
Hooray.
And then there's NBA 2K14. Yeah. A sports game for basketball fans. And NBA Live 14, because you might
What's
not be
the difference?
That's what I was like. So there's NBA and 2K14 and NBA Live 14. Well, one's live, obviously. God. And then the one Matt's been looking forward to is Watch Dogs, which I said is the rejected title of the next Call of Duty game. Ha ha ha.
Oh, don't be silly. Don't be silly.
I'm sure that game's Watching Dogs. So yeah, this is going to be Ubisoft's next bestseller. It's going to be the next Assassin's Creed, and I'm sure they're going to drive this franchise into the ground.
You're so mean.
But they did say, one thing I found, personally I found intriguing about it was the kind of Dark Souls multiplayer thing, where players can invade other gamers' room, as they're playing the single player, and mess with their world. And the other player has to find out who's doing it. So that sounds really cool. But yeah, why do you want to see Watch Dogs, Matt?
I just want to play the game. It all looks so much fun.
I still don't get what kind of game it is. Like, it seems to be open world, but
Yeah, it's open world. It's open world.
I don't get what you do in it. They've not shown that well.
You hack
They've
stuff.
shown so much of it, but
That's what you do. You hack stuff.
yeah, the end. Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like, that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Let's play Deus Ex with that. That's the launch lineup, anyway.
That's the launch lineup for right now, at least. I mean, you said that it's subject to change. Right?
Yeah. So you don't know, like, Sam.
I mean, it's possible we might see.
Last minute, but
you're saying that it's possible we might get like Infamous as a launch title then.
Well, I don't think. No, I think they said that isn't going to be a launch title, but possibly. Yeah. So. But they have launch bundles out for like Killzone at the moment and Watch Dogs. So if you go on Amazon, see them straight away. But that's all there is for. So it's kind of a weak launch in my opinion. So I might hold off from buying it straight away.
I mean, at the very least, it'll be till Christmas because there'll probably be something around Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like about a month between the launch and Christmas. So
I'm sure there'll be loads of, like Alan said, Octodad. I'm sure that's coming out either at launch or
I mean, there will be a lot of free-to-play games. There will be a lot of indie titles, I think, as well.
Yeah.
That we don't know about.
PlanetSide 2 isn't a launch game otherwise. I'd be interested. That is coming to PS4, but not at launch.
Alright. Okay, so let me see what I was doing. That leads us into our DualShock question of the week. Last week we talked about Metal Gear Solid, the original, is going to be remade. It's going to be...
Is it?
Yeah, it's going to be remade with, Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, because you were here. It's supposed to be remade with current gen graphics, so we're gonna see what MGS1 looks like,
oh my god.
with MGS5 graphics.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about that than Metal Gear Solid 5. Fuck Metal Gear Solid 5. The first one's amazing. I hope they keep
I mean, it's
all
very
the
amazing,
original
but I still
stuff.
want to see MGS5. I think so. I don't remember reading that they were gonna like.
There's nothing wrong with the dialogue in the original.
I don't think they were
re-recording. That's why I really
hate
Twin Snakes, because why mess with perfection?
Well, didn't David Hayter like give up half his paycheck to get all the same people?
Yeah.
To do the dialogue. Twin Snakes?
Yeah, but there's missing chunks, especially in the codec calls.
I see.
And especially the mailing Easter eggs missing.
I still want to play the original, like, on the PS1, but,
you should. It's amazing.
I do. I really want to.
The thing is, that game is still playable nowadays, even though it's so old.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if my friend can find it. Anyway. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, that's right, the question. So what we were talking about last week was the Metal Gear Solid was gonna be remade with current gen graphics, and we asked you guys what other games would you like to see remade with present day graphics, and we didn't really get many answers.
I got one reply from Hero, who this isn't a PlayStation answer. He said Pokemon Red or Blue as his favourite Pokemons, and he wants them in this generation graphics, but also in a Skyrim type world.
That would be very interesting, I'll admit. Tom, you weren't here last week.
No.
You were having a barbecue.
Yes.
So, you got the opportunity to give us an answer to this question.
So, we can cheat at this.
Yeah, so we can get a different answer. We can get another answer.
Yeah. So, did any of you ever play a PS2 game called Area 51?
I never did, no, but I heard of it.
Oh, it's amazing. But that game, in this generation graphics, would be amazing. I'd love to see that game. Because it's kind of like a horror, and then you get halfway through the story, you end up getting mutated.
You mean the Area 51 game with Marilyn Manson?
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually playing that on PC like a week or two ago.
It's so good. Like, imagine that in this generation graphics. Just So good.
David Duchovny kind of phoned it in, though.
Yeah. Well, they could replace some of the voice acting, but I still think it's just the gameplay. Like, the whole start is amazing. You know, when you're slowly losing your squad through, like, the whole first 2 chapters of the game, and it just becomes a hopeless scenario. And then you get mutated, and you can do all these crazy things. That game's awesome. And there's also an Easter egg with sharks that have lasers and cowboy hats. And then there's a bit where you go into a hangar, and it's actually where they staged the moon landing. They filmed the moon landing. It's pretty funny, and it even has the music there. Do, 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 do. It's so good. That game needs to be like that, and Bully by Rockstar.
Bully does deserve to be remade.
In this generation, graphics would be amazing.
Oh yeah, it would. And I always loved the I always loved the music. I thought the music was really good in that game.
I like the one when you're on your bicycle.
Yes, the music on your bicycle when you ride your bicycle in Bully was one of my favorite tracks. Before I forget, before we move on, I was saying beforehand that I kicked myself after last week because everyone forgot the biggest thing that everybody wants remade, and that's Final Fantasy VII. So I can't believe none of us thought of that. But yeah, it would be nice to see that as well, since we're still salivating over that demo of the recreation.
It's gonna happen, guys. Honest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I remember watching that demo and being like, "That's impressive," and then and Josh was like, "They never did anything with that."
Well,
I was like, "Why not?"
If Versus 13 finally got announced, finally got released. Well, is on its way. Then there's hope for anything.
I mean, there was that when they revealed Killzone 2 with that infamous pre-rendered trailer or pre-rendered gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
What, Killzone?
Killzone 2.
Yeah, I remember that. The controversy. That was such a cool demo as well.
And the thing is, it ended up turning out much better than that demo.
It's still, that demo was cool, like when they set the bloke on fire and they hang off, the physics in that demo were cool.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that was Sony's Black Day.
I thought that and hacking.
Their Black Day at E3 06.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. When that all came out to be false, it was just like, oh dear, Sony. Oh dear.
Anyway, let me think. So, that was last week's question. That leads us to this week's question. We were just talking about the PS4 launch lineup, and my question for you guys this week is, what are your must-have games at launch? Alan, what do you think?
What do you mean by this? Do you mean like genre or?
No, I just mean like out of the games,
I guess.
out of the games that are coming at launch. Like if you're, I mean, you've got the money down on a PlayStation 4 right now. So, launch titles. What are you going to grab first?
Dead Rising 3.
That's not on the list now, is it? You gotta pick the ones that are on the list.
No, I'm seriously though. That's the only reason I'm buying an Xbox One.
Yeah, generic zombie game.
Fuck the Xbox
Doesn't even have the charm of Dead Rising 2. What's the point? So no, if that game doesn't have a time limit, it might be worth buying.
Yeah.
Fuck time limit.
Out of all the ones listed, probably the one I already pre-ordered, which was Killzone.
Killzone. I think that's not a bad idea. What about you, Tom?
I'm going to say Battlefield 4 because I think it's just going to be an impressive online experience I've never had before with that many players in a crazy destructible environment. Just Yeah, count me in. Not for the story.
Out of these ones on this list, I think all of us are going to get Drive Club.
Skylanders.
Ugh.
Yeah, Skylanders.
Ugh. I'll play Drive Club, but the one that I'll buy will be Watch Dogs, obviously. That is the one that I want. I want that one at launch. If Infamous came out at launch, that would also be on my list. Shadowfall also looks really good, but like I said, not that big into Killzone. I might play it later, but I don't need it at launch. So if I'm gonna pick a launch title, it's gonna be Watch Dogs. But so that's that. We now direct this question at you, listeners. When we put this episode up, we'll also embed a link to Tom's article on the PS4 lineup so that you can pick which game you want in case you don't want to rewind and be like, wait, what games were coming out? So that is our question of the week. This week, what are your must-have games at launch? What games from that list are you going to get day one? Anyway, that's about going to do it for us this week. So thank you very much for listening to VGU.TV's PlayStation podcast, The DualShock Show. Rate and subscribe to our iTunes on The DualShock Show. 5 stars. Maybe even leave us a review. Please visit our website, VGU.TV. Find us on Facebook or tweet at us at VGU.TV. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/VGU.TV official, where you can also find this podcast in video format. DualShock also has a Facebook and a Twitter. You can find us at DualShock Show for both. That's all one word, DualShock Show. Or if you want to tweet at us individually, Alan is at the Alan Muir. That's TheAllanMuir. I'm at Madman.
If you know what I'm saying, for some reason, a Follow Friday I did like a few weeks back. Basically, about all you guys. It's getting favorited like crazy.
Oh no, and it somehow brought attention to some really old random post I said about the PlayStation Store. I keep getting emails saying someone's favorited that one tweet as well. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, it's seriously like, all it says is just like, oh yeah, I like the new PlayStation Store design. I hope people with slow internets don't struggle with it. And that's all I said, and it's just got so many retweets and favourites, and it makes no sense.
In the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly, because it makes no sense. Like, that has no relevance at the moment.
Yeah, not anymore. Like, that store layout has been there for months now.
Exactly. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And it's just like, you've been mentioned in this. And it's just like, what, this FF? Oh, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So yeah, thanks, Alan. My inbox thanks you too.
If you want to tweet at Tom or myself, you can tweet me at Mattman07. That's with 2 T's. Tom is at Gaming Hobbyist. That's all one word. This is a PlayStation show, so if you want to play on PS with us, Alan is that Jew boy. That's all one word, and it's BOI instead of BOY. I am Mattman310. Again, 2 T's. And Tom is Pi_guy. That's Pi Guy, the guy with the pie. So, thank you again for listening to DualShock, and we will see you next time. Never stop playing.